The provincial government was handing out more money today to support home construction. And the province's housing minister was telling cities like Hamilton and Burlington that it's not business as usual when it comes to housing. Al Sweeney has that story.
This was St. Catharines' turn to get a check from the provincial government.
A big, huge check, $2.3 million.
Last week it was Milton and other cities getting money to help build infrastructure like roads and sewers to make way for housing. St. Catharines got its check for breaking ground on 648 new housing units last year, with new multi-family buildings going up in the city.
We know that we have to do infill, we have to grow up, we have to intensify.
This is one of a number of high-rises under construction or planned for downtown St. Catharines. Calandra says St. Catharines is an example for other cities. He says Hamilton is meeting its housing targets to get some of the infrastructure money, but shouldn't be bogged down in its debate over whether to build housing in a parking lot in Stony Creek, something that's divided the city.
We need our communities and to look differently on how we build homes, whether it is underused parking lots. Yes, use that.
In St. Catharines, the mayor says they've determined they have to build up to meet the housing demand and says that can be done by still maintaining things like parking.
I've identified municipal parking lots as our first target, not necessarily to eliminate the parking, but to build podiums, that you can put housing on top of, preserve the public parking element. There are ways to get around these issues that don't have to pit one part of the community against another part of the community.
Calandra says this is part of the need for cities to meet the growing housing demand. He also has a message for cities like Burlington that aren't getting any government handouts for housing.
Every community around Burlington seems to be able to meet their targets with the exception of Mississauga and Burlington. And the common denominator there seems to be costs and mayors who simply don't want to put shovels in the ground. I have no time for it. We'll remove the obstacles and we'll get shovels in the ground no matter what it takes.
Burlington's mayor says other cities are not meeting their targets. It's not a Burlington-specific problem. The city is adding thousands of units to its development pipeline, and the province should reevaluate the qualifications for money from the Housing Fund. Al Sweeney, CHCH News, St. Catharines.